Hey there, my name is Sarah. In 10th grade, I was labeled a by my entire high school, which I don't think was all that fair. But looking back, I will say that the experience helped me mature a lot. Back then, I had my first boyfriend. Let's call him Rodney. Well, the first thing about boyfriends is you generally believe that they're going to be a good one, but most of the time, they're not. Rodney was certainly not a good boyfriend, but I thought he was. And as a result, I sent him naked pictures. When we broke up, he sent them to his friends. And they sent them to their friends. And so on. When I found out, I was so upset. And a lot of my friends thought Rodney was an absolute jerk for this. And they were right. But Rodney didn't like the judgment that other people were casting on him for doing that. So he told people that those pictures of me were ones that I'd sent to other guys while we were dating. In other words, Rodney made up rumors that I had cheated on him. And from there, the rumors grew. Some were really creative. I remember someone said that I'd sent nudes to Rodney's dad. Of course, I'd never do something like that. And besides, his dad didn't even have a phone. Another person said that me and the janitor had sex in the supply closet and that I caught an STI from his chemical-infested hands. That's not even possible. And also, ew, gross. Honestly, it's actually kind of impressive how creative these rumors could get. But despite popular belief, they weren't true. It's too bad high schoolers don't adhere to the motto, guilty until proven innocent. Even my own friends ignored me. Then I started getting overtly sexual messages from guys I didn't even know. And honestly, by the way they started their conversations, I wouldn't want to know them. I spoke to the guidance counselor about what was happening. She said that they could have a speaker come to the school and talk about cyberbullying. But I feel like those things never work on the people that really need to hear it the most. She also told me that the rumors would all just disappear when I graduated. But being in 10th grade, that felt like forever away. So I had to take matters into my own hands. Now, let's just take a second to remember that I'm a teenager still and don't have the best judgment. To prove this, here's what I did. I signed up for the upcoming talent show at my school. I told everybody that I was going to sing, but truthfully, I knew I wasn't going to sing at all. I mainly listened to post-hardcore and couldn't really sing that kind of stuff anyways. Yeah, I know, I'm really edgy. So anyways, my plan was to do a speech on what I was actually going through. I felt like I could use the talent show as a platform to really speak my piece. So I spent a week writing, editing, practicing, and so on. I knew it like the back of my hand. I felt that if people heard about what I was feeling, it would make them re-examine themselves. And finally, the day of the talent show came. I stood up on stage and began my speech. It started all right. My delivery was a little less than confident compared with how I'd been practicing it. Maybe it was because I was in front of my entire freaking high school, and that's terrifying. Still, it started out all right until I said the line, "These rumors have kept me awake for many hours of the night." And one kid yelled out, "Just like Rodney's dad." Everyone laughed. I tried to keep going on. I spoke back at my heckler, saying, "This is already hard enough." And another kid yelled back, "Just like Jules." Jules was the janitor's last name. Everyone laughed. I couldn't handle it, and I ran off stage crying. Then I called my dad, went home, told my parents everything, and stayed home from school for a week, hoping that somehow it would all be at least a little bit better when I returned. And in a way it did, but not for someone else. In the time I had been gone, another girl was labeled a whore. Apparently, she'd done something at a party with a guy that was labeled as gross. When I got back to school, my friends wanted to get back to normal as everybody had a new target. That sounded easy, but it didn't feel right, especially when I saw that girl sitting all alone in the cafeteria. So I decided to leave my friends and sit with her instead. And she was actually pretty cool. I never asked her about the rumors because I didn't care. She never brought up my pics because she didn't care. We were just a couple of judgment-free, world-renowned sluts. And instead of gossip, we talked about the news and classes. We made a really good friendship, and it still exists and has shaped us both in really healthy ways. So the message of the story is, talent shows suck. And maybe don't send naked pictures of yourself to people. Generally, not a good idea.